Well, good morning and welcome. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. Yeah, I could talk, I swear. Happy Monday, Memorial Day here in the States. So it's a day off work. Yay! Always good. Um, Today I'm using the Ghost Tarot. So for those of you who are new and have just tuned in, so to speak, I'm an intuitive reader, so I use tarot as my base, but sometimes the cards speak to me differently than necessarily the exact meaning that you're used to hearing about. So just keep that in mind, that I'm not just making things up in my own mind. I read what the cards tell me, um, always with the base of the card meaning, but they can speak to me differently. So just keep that in mind when you go, oh, that's not what that card means. Probably not. I'll usually tell you though, when I cover those things. So today's our daily reading. Again, I'm going to use the Ghost Tarot. We're going to take a look at current situation and the influences around that. And let's get a couple more shuffles in and let's get started. Okay, what do we got going on? Current situation, please. Star. Present influence. 8 of Cups. Future influence. Magician. What you don't see. King of Pentacles. What to look for. Strength. Unexpected. Sun. Challenge. Emperor. Strength. Queen of Wands. I love that energy. But that's kind of me. I like that energy. Anyway, where does this lead, please? 4 of Pentacles. Oh, it's hard. There's something hard happening over here on this side. I'm not gonna lie. But actually, I see something very interesting. We'll get there. We'll get there. Advice, please. Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords. You know, with the Magician here and the 7 of Swords, let's be a little bit on the careful side. I'm going to clarify that Emperor and the King. Tell me about this Emperor. What does this mean? And I do believe that, well, I'll talk about it, and the King of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. I'm going to put this over here. So what we've got here at the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords. Now, the 7 of Swords is a lot about, well, it could be about theft, but it can be about a lot of other things as well. I'm getting the feeling, like when I see the Magician and the 7 of Swords together in the same reading, I get worried because the 7 of Swords has a traditional meaning about theft or being sneaky, that kind of energy. And the Magician, to me, the good thing about the Magician is the tools, but at the same time, a magician is sleight of hand. And I think that there always can be that meaning with the Magician, that they're not showing you everything. I feel like there's an energy here. Okay, so the Star is in the current situation. There's some really big hopes happening here, dreams, wishes, desires, but I feel like with the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, honestly, I feel like this is what you think is happening, is that someone's not being completely honest or telling you all of the things, not being sneaky. I don't get a super sneaky feeling here, but I do. What I feel like is that the energy isn't necessarily the person has ill intent, but you are wondering. I do feel like, well, this could be any life area. So keep that in mind. I think the most important thing is that, you have pretty big dreams and you have pretty big hopes here. And I don't, the problem is because of this Seven of Swords, I feel like you don't understand things. And the Eight of Cups is saying that you're willing to walk away from this dream, this hope. And I mean, literally in this deck, she's facing away from this Star card. So there's a part of me that feels like if you're going to walk away from something that you're hoping for and dreaming for, why are you walking away? It's just a big question to ask yourself. Like, am I walking away because I feel like someone's not being honest? Or am I walking away because I want to? I feel like again, I feel like this is an energy of you willing to turn your back on your wishes and dreams. To me, it's almost out of fear because of this. But I don't know how real this is, right? And I think that's the important thing, is to learn if this is really real. Is this person really having, being devious or really hiding something from you purposefully, or do you just feel that way? Because I mean, you see these two together, that concerns me when I see that, like willing to walk away. Well, that's not how they were on. I'm sorry. It's like she's walking away from her dreams. That's the feeling I'm getting, and it's like, why would you want to do that? The Magician is in the future influence. I do feel like, and I'm going to pull a couple cards on that guy too. Tell me about this Magician, because I don't want to just go. Fool, Four of Cups, and Queen of Cups. There's something that again, the Fool is like taking this leap of faith. And I feel like what happens is in the present, you're really considering walking away from this hope, this thing. And this person, again, could be love interest. It could be a friend. It could be someone at work, someone on your job that's, really playing a part. But the Magician tells me that there may be a new spark with the Fool, so that you can. Four of Cups is about sometimes when something's handed to you, you're looking away and this is what I really want. But I feel like this is saying, this Magician is not trying to trick you. They care about you. You will be taking a new perspective in the near future here, in probably the next few days. I think this idea of walking away from your dreams is very current and not long lived. It's just something you're thinking about right now, because I do feel like this is saying, nope, you know what? I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm going to go after my dreams because they mean something to me. And I feel like this Magician is this same person, but I do feel like you're learning that it's not that you're willing to take that next leap, and that's why that influence is there. You know what? I got to give this a chance. I got to give this a chance. I think you realize that this is in your head, that maybe they're not pulling the wool over your eyes. King of Pentacles is in what you don't see. So it's clarified with Two of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and Hierophant. Those are good cards. So the Two of Pentacles, I feel like this king could be this person. Again, doesn't have to be love, but they're juggling things because they're going after something, and they've committed themselves to something. And while you may think they're tricking you, again, this is telling you that they're just aspiring and trying to figure out how to fit everything in because they want the success and they need to commit to that. But I do feel like with this commitment card, it could also be, you know, again, it doesn't have to be love, but committing, so that you can understand it better and have a commitment with this person too, regardless of whether it's love or work or that kind of energy. What to watch for is the strength card. And I feel like what this is saying, not only take care of you, but know when hard things happen that you can guide someone else as well. Like you have the strength to help them instead of stand back and just be a watcher, like if they need help to move up in the world, or, if they need your back, or, whatever, just because someone has, with even at work, like you could have a manager or somebody at work that, has not given you maybe the attention that you need, but they're trying to do something too. Like they're trying to grow. And this is saying, you know what? If you have their back and you help them along and you use your strength to help pull them and give them extra strength, I feel like there, could be a really good energy here. I'm getting a lot out of this. The sun is in your unexpected. I feel like sometimes when we help people and pull people along, it not only brings them up, it brings us up, and it puts us in a place of joy. And that can come unexpectedly because it feels like, well, I'm giving, but what am I getting? And sometimes we don't get, we just don't. But there is joy there, unexpectedly, but there is joy. So the Emperor is in your challenge, and that is clarified with the High Priestess, the Hangman, and the King of Wands. I feel like this, the challenge is taking control of the situation, but it's hard to do that because you really are going to need to look at something from a different perspective. And I believe with this person being the king, it could be the King of Wands. Now, keep in mind, your positive is the Queen of Wands. So your strength in that respect is offsetting this king, so to speak. In other words, you may be feeling like this is a challenge to look at this from a different perspective. And I feel like this Emperor is this somebody. Again, that's why I feel like it could be work, somebody in a power position, but it could be also love. But I do feel like the challenge is, using your intuition and taking a different look at things and understanding your passion, because your strength is all about the passion and the motivation that you put into things. You are so excitable. Like this is like the energy that you can give this person, especially if they're working a way up, is the positive, is just the energy of this queen. She's positive, she's fiery, she's a motivator. She's she can really bring people alive, bring people out of their shell, bring people up, uplifter, so to speak, in a really passionate kind of way, and a lot of energy. So where does this lead? Four of Pentacles. I feel like, you know that you want to hang on now. I feel like you had this energy about walking away, but no, you're going to hang in there. Now, after that, there could be a setback with the disappointment. So there's something here where you're still not feeling like you're getting what you need. So you'll go through this again. So I feel like you're going to go back to that 8. So there's something here that's, I want to help, but what am I getting out of it? And I don't mean that in a selfish way, but like, am I ever going to get anything out of it? Right? It's almost like you're unclear about how much to put in, and all you see is what you don't have, and you're not at all seeing what you do have. And that's what's going to happen. But you were hanging on to the situation, and now you're going through a funk again. And then it leads to the 5 of Swords. And I feel like that is kind of, and I pulled an extra one. I couldn't go any further. is you're going to be at a point where I need to either fight for the situation, fight for myself, fight for the situation, fight for everything, or I need to walk away. And again, there's a lot of uncertainty here. And I think that that maybe if this other person is growing and trying to do something different in their life, whether it be work or even if it is love, are they, working on something else because of the King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles with the clarifier, and they've committed themselves to something. I feel like there's a part of you that wonders if you'll ever fit in that. If it's love, if it's work, they move on and up and you've helped them, but now you have a new manager and how's that going to fit? It's just like this, what is it going to bring me long term? It's not selfish. I feel like it's a genuine concern. Um, and I feel like you're going to fight for what you really want. I do. I feel like the Five of Swords, and I don't feel like it's fighting unfairly. I think it's fighting for what you really want. And part of me thinks that just because the advice too is the Page of Cups. When we give from our heart and we give unconditionally and we give of ourselves, even if we don't get exactly what we want out of the particular situation, we will eventually get what we want. You know what I mean? It's being unconditional that allows us to reap the benefits of the universe. When we're trying to make decisions in our life, we have to look at ourselves and what are we getting out of it. But at the same time, there's always a give and take in life. And sometimes there's periods of time where we have to not settle, but sometimes, okay, so even at work, like if you need some like assistance to get something done, I need to get this done and I need your help, but they're focused on something else, your boss or whatever, maybe even several people, they're focused on something else, and you're feeling like, well, what about me? I need something here. But what happens if you give and you help, that even if you don't get something out of that particular situation, you will get gifts back from the universe eventually. It's about being unconditional about your gifts. When you give with the intent to receive, then you're going to be sad. You're going to lose out, because every time, I mean, sometimes you can give and you get something what you want or whatever, you get your way a little bit or whatever, but it's not going to work overall. It's really important to give unconditionally, and I think that's what the advice is. And I think it's very important advice. So let's pull one more card. Is there anything else we need to know for today? We all need to do work. We all need to heal. The Eight of Pentacles reminds us that we need to focus on something and focusing to get better and to learn and to master a skill or master something. And I think it's, instead of worrying, focus on what you can do for yourself, so that you don't need anything from anybody else during this time. Not ever, because we all need people, but at the same time, have room to be able to be that motivator of that queen, and to understand that queen too is more than that. She's successful, she's mature, she's leveled up, she's in a good place. So, having that as a strength. And I think too, there's something here to be said that you may be like a cheerleader anyway. So people are going to gravitate towards that, and they are going to want that. They are going to want you to cheer them on. They are going to want the upliftedness that you provide. And that's just a given when you have that kind of personality or that as a strength. So keep that in mind. I don't think this is bad. I think it's just this learning lesson, and eventually you have to decide where you want to put your energy, and that's what the Five of Swords is. I feel like it's going to say that you're going to fight. You're going to fight for what you want, and if what you want is going to be patience, then you're going to take the patience to do so. So there you have it. Interesting reading today. I hope you liked it. Please let me know. Give me a comment. I appreciate all of the things. Take care. Have a beautiful day.